Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Aaron 2 for 20, bringing you guys my APA Week 4 game. We're taking it on in Vivid Color Coach at the South Texas Sableyes. First off, real quick, I do want to mention, of course, that we do have the merch on sale. I did look up specifically what one I got. It is actually the Tri-Blend Tee, large black, of course. I really like the quality. It feels so nice. Honestly, like I really can't go back to anything not Tri-Blend anymore. At least, like, if there is an option for Tri-Blend, I gotta go with it now. It's so comfortable. It feels like heaven in a t-shirt, in all honesty, and it's so soft. Like, comfort-wise, this is probably one of my favorite shirts. So yeah, no, I 100% do recommend it. This specifically is so good quality. Oh my god, I love it. Regardless though, we're here for a builder against Vivid. Just like with the UBL team, shout out to Ben for building it. Again, Ben will be linked. First link in the description down below. Second link though, below Ben. I'm currently also, anyone who's in the APA Showdown scene knows, APA runs 20 billion leagues, and I'm running a league called APA Preschool. This league started as a meme, 100% as a really shitty meme, I might add. But then APA was looking for new leagues, and I was like, you know what? Let me run a division. So I'm currently running APA Preschool. Apps are down below. They close on the 31st. Make sure to apply. We have like 11 confirmed people so far that we know of adding, and like 3 others we're probably gonna add. We're looking for like 2 more really good spots though. If anyone does want to apply, it's going to be like normal, quite literally a normal APA points league, except for the fact it's gonna be less points to encourage just a more casual, less stacked rosters, and instead just more like fun mons. So if you want just like a casual like meme league, join that. It'll be really fun. I'm probably gonna randomize my entire draft. With that being said though, let's get into the full build. Again, Ben built this team, so I'm running off with Ben's notes. So first up, like I did with the UBL team, I'm gonna go into just general matchup notes, because I think that's probably the best way to cover this, because it gives a lot of insight into what Ben was thinking when he built. So first up, Vivid has a lot of dark weaknesses on his team, and his resists are pretty bad against my dark type, being Incineroar, which I can definitely take advantage of, and Togekiss, which, well, actually, I think that Surfetch also might be, but I genuinely am forgetting right now. At least Incineroar and Togekiss, though, are probably like his switch-ins to Hydra, and they can definitely be Muscle Pass. Togekiss, for example, by Flash Cannon, and Incineroar by Earth Power. So that is great. His removal is pretty piss poor. It is quite literally just Surfetched and Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme honestly has a not bad matchup here. I genuinely dismissed it until I mocked it, and then it actually put in an okay amount of work, to be honest. So I think that Rhyme could definitely come. I think that Surfetch, though, running Defog is an absolute choke. His hazards are pretty decent. Like, Golurk is a really good matchup in my opinion, especially against this particular build of the team. I don't know if necessarily on paper it does, because I do have a Mammoth, Kelia, and a Hydra. But as a general rule of thumb, like against this team, like Golurk would probably be a solid check to a lot of my team. Raji will probably be the hazard modified, I guess, though. Araquanid with Rock. Alright, not with Rocks, but Spike. Alright, with Webs. Wow, I'm really looking like an idiot. Araquanid with Webs, though, is really not actually that good against my roster. Between Hydra and Charizard, they both plow through Vivid's team without worrying about Webs, so like, why bother bringing them, in my opinion? I think it'll still come nonetheless, because Keldeo and Mambo are kind of scary, but like, I think he has better defensive checks than going for Webs as his check. To each their own, though. Scartogekiss and Rachi were both things that Ben thought would come as Scarfers, and can clean, I guess. Like, just more things to keep an eye on. I don't think that either are really that terrifying against my team, and I'll explain why in a bit. But they're definitely just more things to keep in mind as I'm playing the game. If, like, Togekiss and Boots is probably Scarfed. If Rachi's not just changing up, if Rachi's not going for rocks or not revealing an item, it's probably Scarfed. Just things to keep in mind. I decided, I agreed, and Ben decided not to bring Mamoswine or Kelia here, because of the fact that there are other things to abuse, and frankly, if Vivid does make playoffs, his record's pretty not good right now, but if Vivid does bounce back and make playoffs, obviously these are things that I would rather not reveal, and they are still definite win cons, on top of the fact that they're a lot easier to abuse things this game than just Kelia Mamo, which I think Vivid will, if anything, heavily overprep this game. So we're going to abuse the Gmax Zard this game instead, which is, again, I'll get into that in a bit. Predicted team, and this was where I heavily agreed with Ben on, was Gengar, Rachi, Togekiss, Incineroar, Araquanid, and I personally thought that Golurk would be the last one, if not Mr. Rhyme. Ben really wasn't sure what that last one would be. He just knew the first 5 had to come, and I 100% agree with that. I think that Gengar is really stupid against my team. Rachi is really stupid for helping Gengar sweep. Togekiss can also honestly just plow my team if played carefully. Incineroar to a lot of like the really common spreads that a lot of my mons run. Well, not even like that I particularly run on them, but just a lot of like default like, oh, this spread is really good on this mon. Incineroar checks a lot of them really well. Araquanid, as I said, I think he's going to overprep the Kelly or Mamoswine, which is another reason why I'm not bringing them. Webs would obviously help a lot with that, and even then, it's just a nice defensive check to a fair bit of things. Personally, last mon, I don't think it'll be Surfetched. I think a Surfetched can definitely be muscle passed a lot to where it's not worth bringing, and his defensive checks are a lot better than the mons that Surfetch offensively checks. Bolton's not bad. I think a Bolton actually, like, I really dismissed Bolton until I did Mox, but I think it's not a bad slot for that last mon. Especially if he is going webs, like a Life Orb Bolton could be pretty scary. I think a Golurk is probably the mon that I would be most terrified of if it came, just because it's really good matchup-wise, but I don't think it comes just because of on paper. But it just matches up against the specific side of the team really well. Rhyme, again, I dismissed it until it came to a mock. It did pretty good in the mock. I could get if it came. First mon up, though, is Copper Jaw. So Copper Jaw, in general, is actually, like, pretty scary here in terms of the set. Now, I will say that, looking back, it would have probably been smart to have something for Gengar, because my spread, when maxed, quite literally cannot touch Gengar. But it's really not the end of the world. I have Stealth Rock, Heavy Slam, Heat Crash, and Protect. This pressures everything really well besides, like, the Araquanid. I consider Whirlwind, I know Ben mentioned, like, Whirlwind or Rock Tomb. I consider Whirlwind a lot, actually, just because we do have a Hazard Stack team in this game between Copper Jaw and Qwilfish. It's also really nice for just Whirlwinding out not Gengar, Copper... Yeah, no, it is Gengar, my bad. It's nice for Whirlwinding out Gengar, just because the fact that, obviously, I believe if I'm near full, I can take a hit. So I can just Whirlwind out Gengar, get rid of its max pretty quickly. But the issue being, though, is that I would honestly rather just go into other mons on Gengar that are a lot more safe, and I'd rather keep this thing as healthy as possible, so I decided to ditch the Whirlwind idea. If he's, like, Cosmic Power Rachi, I can definitely muscle past it, because it's not getting enough damage output versus me to actually sufficiently check. And if he's Calm Mind Rachi, then Heat Crash is still going to plow it. So it's really not that big of a deal. So I didn't end up going with the Whirlwind route. I think they Protect as well, just for scouting what Gengar's going to click max move-wise is really good, because I can definitely play around it a lot better that way. And, of course, for stalling out G-Max turns, so that's really good. The Spadef helps us guarantee take a Togekiss Flamethrower, even if it's +2, after, well, yeah, even if it's +2, or if it's after Hazards, I can take 2 Flamethrowers non-boosted. So if he's like a Scarf Togekiss, that obviously does help. Yeah, and then the Fizdef is just leftover bulk for stuff just such as, like, the Rillaboom, for example, the Araquanid, not necessarily like a Surfetched or Incineroar, because those are really deadly against this mon, but just in general, or even like a physical Star Rachi, this is a really good check for. So yeah, really good mon in this game in my opinion. Copper Jaw is probably going to be like the defensive backbone here if I had to guess, on top of Qwilfish. Speaking of, next up we have Qwilfish. Qwilfish, basically, this game is just to defensively check everything that Copper Jaw does not, especially being the Incineroar and the Surfetched. Those are the two big things. I am well aware that Intimidate does not go through Scrappy. I could not tell you if Ben forgot it or not, but I'm assuming that Ben remembered that because Ben is really good at building. And I'm assuming that's also why he brought Helmet to also sufficiently check Surfetched, because this is a pretty good Surfetched check. Surfetched is 3 killing us, so that is great. We're speed creeping Adamant max speed Surfetched. I think it's a really good creep personally in this game because of the fact that Surfetched will probably be running at least a fair bit of speed to check things such as maybe like a low speed Gourgeist, no speed or like low speed type Null, of course. So I think Surfetched definitely has some speed just for general creeping at bare minimum. We'll probably also actually creep like a somewhat speedy Alcremie, specifically an Alcremie that maybe is creeping like, I don't know, like maybe a Araquanid or like a Drampa maybe, or just some general like slow mon. Maybe Mr. Rhyme as well could probably be crept by Alcremie should I bring it. So Qwilfish at least creeping some speed on Surfetched I think is a really smart play in my opinion. So yeah, I do like this in general. Taunt is really nice for stopping any sort of hazards, not necessarily from Rachi, because Rachi will obviously be able to just click a Psychic move if I stayed in. But from stuff like Golurk, for example, I can definitely at least click Rocks, and if it's a -1, I can maybe take a hit if it's defensive, or at least like Scout Damage rolls. But especially from Araquanid, this is a great Araquanid check as well, on top of the Incineroar and the Surfetched. It's probably my best switch into Araquanid, and Toxic is really free against this roster. I don't see Rachi ever coming in really hard on me, but if Rachi does, I mean, Liquidation's also pretty free. So yeah, no, I just like the Qwilfish in general. Two of them together are going to be really nice defensively in tandem with each other. Next up, we have Avalugg with Heavy Duty Boots. Really just here for Rapid Spinning the Zard with Rapid Spin, Recover, Body Press, and Avalanche. Body Press should be really nice just in general against this roster for things like Incineroar, for example, so that way it isn't just hard switching on me. Boltund, even if it goes for a Life Orb special Volt Switch, it's not going to be 2-KOing me, which is great because Boltund just can't 2-KO me in general that way, unless it's going for like a Thunder or like a Specs Volt Switch. But this in general is just really nice for just scouting damage rolls. Splef in general also helps with stuff like to an extent Gengar, but it's not overly the primary source of what I'm going for with this one. Rachi in general, also if it's going to be going for a Scarf set, it cannot actually 2-KO me, which is great. In fact, I think it's a pretty small chance that we can actually be 4-KO'd by Rachi if it's going for Iron Head, but it's most likely just going to 3-KO me. So, not the end of the world. It's still really good in general. If we're +1 speed as well, we can actually outpace 0 speed Incineroar, which is really nice because, again, Incineroar cannot even 2-KO us. It's going for 3-KO if it's going for the defensive set. And if it's offensive, I mean, it's still going to 2-KO at best. So that's really good for us, of course, with Avalugg. Again, just nice defensive back going to tandem with the other two Mons. Next up, we have Type Null this week. This is specifically a Gengar check, specifically for Gengar. Because Dynamax is really stupid. Basically, the plan is because Gengar can obviously go for something like a Trick and then steal a Scarf from Hydra. Now Hydra's getting outpaced and getting clicked a Max Fairy, and then Hydra's fucked. So the plan with Type Null is basically to switch in. I can take any +2 hit no matter what it is from Gengar, even after Rocks, which is really important. Whether he's going for a regular Focus Blast, Max Ooze, if he's going for a Max Knuckle, he cannot kill me even if he is +2. So that is really important with Type Null, obviously. We can guarantee to take any one hit from Gengar, and then I can go for something whether it's Thunder Wave, specifically Thunder Wave, especially if Hydra's gone. But more than likely than not, I'm going to probably click Payback just because I can then chip Gengar into range of Dark Pulse even if it is maxed, which is huge. In general though, Type Null is just really here for Gengar. It is quite literally here just for Gengar. That is it. Once Gengar is gone, this Mon could be a sack, 100%. Next up on the roster, we have Hydreigon with a Choice Scarf this week. Hey, Gengar is stupid. I just want a Scarf where they can outpace it. I will say though that Ben definitely got the creep wrong. I do realize what Ben was going for, but it should have been 236 to hit what he was doing, because otherwise he is going for a... Actually, wait, hold on. Yeah, no, I think that he... No, he actually got the creep right. Okay, I was gonna say, I think that he got the creep wrong, but no, he is right. It's for Scarf Rillaboom, creeping Scarf ammo. For some reason, I don't know why, but I was thinking, like, it was done wrong, because I was thinking it was for me creeping, like, a Scarf Togekiss, well, him creeping me creeping Scarf Togekiss, but then I realized that this isn't what it's for. Point is though, is that in general, the Hydra coverage is really free against this roster. That's the big thing. I can hit pretty much everything with Earth Power, in all honesty, outside of like a Araquanid Togekiss. For Togekiss, I have Flash Cannon. For Araquanid, I can just U-turn out and do one of my better checks. Hydra, though, can click buttons this game pretty freely. It's a Hydra. Finally, oh, oops, we forgot to export our Zard set. Alright, we are back. Sorry about that. I forgot to edit last week's slide for Mon 6. This last Mon is going to be Charizard. As I mentioned, Charizard was the Mon that was really free this game. Keldeo was too, but that was not the Mon we were focusing on, which is why the whole thing at the beginning. So, what does Charizard do this game? Let me answer that with another question. What doesn't Charizard do this game? Plan basically, Ben told me to play with this team, and I thought it was hysterical. Just like, at first I was thinking to myself, you know, Ben, how does that work? Then I looked at the team and I was like, oh my god, this just works. So the plan basically is bring this in on Incineroar, set up a belly drum, max out and win. If I have a single hazard up, nothing on the team can stop me. Quite literally nothing on the team can stop me. When I'm maxed, I OHKO everything. When I'm not maxed, the coverage on the team honestly is enough to KO everything. Like there's nothing. After a single set of rocks, no Mon in this team can take a hit from Zard at +6. So that I forgot to show the nature, but it's Jolly. It's Jolly nature. I don't know why I forgot to do the plus thing, but it is a Jolly Zard for max speed Rachi. If I get the +1 off, like Rachi can't even. It's gonna be thanking a speed tie basically to actually beat this. Regardless, though, even outside of like belly drum, the set can honestly just win. I just click max moves freely, and without the boost, I mean, I still do like 2-KO for the entire team. This Mon is fucking stupid. I cannot tell you why Gmax is Royal Lab without items. I think this is a great example. This particular matchup is a great example of why they should have been banned in general. But was not around as a coach to do that voting, so I had no say. Regardless, though, pretty fucking broken Mon. Pretty stupid matchup. We're gonna hopefully win the game. If we don't, I might as well retire, to be honest. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the game. Peace out, guys.
Yo, what is going on, guys? It's your boy Aaron 2 for 20, bringing you guys my APA Week 4 game. We're taking on In Vivid Color, coach of the South Texas Sableyes. So right off the bat, I'm gonna apologize. My mic just isn't working. I genuinely could not tell you why. So yeah, my main mic isn't working. I couldn't tell you why OBS isn't picking it up. I know it works in anything else. It's not working in OBS. So I'm currently using my headset mic. So sorry in advance for that. So taking on Vivid, coach of the South Texas Sableyes. Let's see. So Vivid brings, let's see, Surfetched, Incineroar, Araquanid, Togekiss, Jirachi, Gengar. Perfect. Okay. So let me open up my team real quick. Against his team, I think that my lead probably against this would be, honestly, I could always just lead off with Quillfish, to be honest. Quillfish isn't a bad lead here by any means. If he leads hard Rachi, I can go hard into my Copper Jaw. And then, I mean, any other lead, Quillfish is really good against that. So, I'll take that. Good luck, have fun, of course, to Vivid. I'm really hoping for a good game. Also, sorry, my shirt is green screening through. But yeah, no, I think that this will be our first win this season, like with the new team. I think this will be the team's first win. So we'll take that. We 1-1 with the new team, 1 with the old team at that point. He leads off with Rachi, perfectly fine. As I said, I have a lead for this, or I have a switch in for this, I should say. There is no Rachi set that possibly wants to deal with my Copper Jaw. So we're going to go hard into Copper Jaw here. Maple gets a free switch into this. If he goes for U-turn, I really don't care because I can just go back out into Quillfish when Incineroar comes in inevitably, or when Surfetched comes in. Even if Surfetched, I do realize that obviously Intimidate will not work on Surfetched if it's scrappy like it should be, but it is still a good switch in, like in general. Oh, I just realized, shit, I fucked up this Mon. Oopsies. Oh well, it's gonna look bad for like right now, but it'll be fixed like the next time I use it. Oh well, okay, so he went for the T-Wave here, so we know this thing is not Scarfed. That is good to note. I'm going to go for the, Stealth Rocks in all honesty. Because if he's not like Boots and Incineroar, this obviously does pressure a lot, same as for Boots Togekiss. He goes for Rocks on his end. Okay, perfectly fine. I really do not mind that in all honesty. Should have went for Heat Crash. That would have just killed the Rachi and it couldn't have T-Wave my team anymore. It is whatever. So we know this thing is Rocks as well. He might just try and like flinch me out, or he might just try and set up, I guess. My guess is though he tries to pivot. So I am going to go for Heat Crash here. I think that it still is pretty free in all honesty. So we're going to go, so he brings in the Araquanid here. Okay, that's perfectly fine. I really do not mind this thing coming in. We see already that the rocks have broken his Sash, which is great for late game. Heat Crash should still do an okay amount versus this. Like, not a great amount, but that's still okay damage. Okay. So we're going to go from here right out into Quillfish. Quillfish is such a free switch into this Mon. I really do not care that this thing is going to get webs up on me. It really does not matter. So we're just going to go hard out into Quillfish right here. So as we can see, Quillfish comes in, and what is he going to do to us? He is going to go for, please don't be, I mean, webs really aren't that big of a deal, in all honesty. My team gets around them pretty well. So he does go for sticky webs. Okay. I would say webs really are not a big issue for my team, if I'm being completely honest. His team is so much more hurt by me getting up a spike right now than mine is by him getting up webs. By a pretty fair amount, I'm going to add. Just because of the fact that obviously, like, he can't touch me right here. He's forced to switch out into Rachi. Then when I get the Rachi in, I'm obviously going to take Brock's chip, and we can figure out, like, if it's leftovers or if it's, like, a berry or something. Then when we go hard into our Copper Jaw, then he's going to have to bring in something else like the Araquanid or the Incineroar later on, which are going to take rocks and also spikes, which again just helps us wear down his team so much quicker. He's going to switch out definitely into the Rachi here, 100%. He goes into Cirrus, that's not the Rachi. He goes into Togekiss. Okay. So he does take rocks, which leads me to believe that he's probably Scarfed, which I don't really mind that he's Scarfed, if I'm being completely honest. Because that's actually fairly easy to get around. So again, I do have a switch into this. My switch is definitely Copper Jaw. It is always Copper Jaw. I'm never letting my Qwilfish take on this Togekiss. I need it healthy for the Araquanid, the Incineroar, and the Surfetch'd. Which he brought all three of. I was shocked that he brought all three, but not like really shocked. They all do have really good matchups, to be fair. I just thought that maybe like Araquanid was going to be benched or something. It is still not a bad one this game. So he goes for Air Slash here, perfectly fine. I understand exactly what this is doing. Okay, gets a crit there. How much did he actually do to me? So let's see. So we're going to go for Togekiss. And he gets a crit Air Slash. That did a lot of damage. I wonder... Okay, so actually on a max roll he could have gotten the 50. Which was... Wait, no, because after leftovers... I wonder if this is Modest, or even like Flying Plate or something. Regardless here, I'm going to click Heavy Slam. His switch in is quite literally only that one Mon being the Araquanid, and it's going to take Spikes and also Rocks. Kind of wish I got about Whirlwind right now. That would help this team so much. And originally I did have the... Well, I had Protect over it. So he's not Boots Incineroar either. What the fuck? I really thought that at least Boots Incineroar would come, but he didn't bring Boots on any of these Mons. So this is definitely Assault Vest then. 100% either that or it's Berry. We're going to find out right now if it's Berry or not. Because at the very least, I mean, we're throwing in Citrus range. So he's not Citrus at bare minimum, which is huge. Because I just go hard Qwilfish here. And I've already worn down his team so much. His only removal being Togekiss or Surfetch'd. Either way, though, his team is going to get so chipped down really quickly right now. Which I'm totally okay with. So yeah, we're just going to go hard out into Qwilfish right now. I'm really shocked. I'm almost curious if Vivid forgot that Boots were an item. I'm going to be completely honest. Again, I'll take it. But I'm just genuinely curious. Okay, so we are going to take rocks, obviously, and our speed is lowered. Oh no, my speed is lowered. Versus an Incineroar, where I'm just meant to take hits. Okay. So, as we can see here, he's going to go for knockoff. Okay, so he does knock off a helmet. That is a bit annoying, because obviously this would have been a really good defensive check. Knock off. Okay. So, let's see. So, he didn't go into Qwilfish. He went to Togekiss last time. I think a Liquidation honestly still might be my best play. However, I really do want to go for Spike, because a Spike at this point would kill the Incineroar. Actually, I think Incineroar dies regardless, but Spikes obviously do help pressure the Rachi better. If we get up 2 Spikes, that obviously helps pressure it even more. If Gengar came in, okay, I would say if Gengar came in, I can obviously go hard into Type Null. Type Null can definitely take this on. So, this is good. This is really good, actually, I'm not going to lie. Okay, so... we are going to go hard into Type Null now. Because Type Null really doesn't fear, like, anything a Gengar can do. We've figured out a fair bit of the team as well. We know that Incineroar has Knockoff and Intimidate, obviously. We know that Togekiss is probably Scarfed, because it wasn't showing Leftovers or Boots. Incineroar, I don't know what item it is, I'm going to be honest. But, I mean, it's probably dying to Hazards. He's Nasty Plot, okay. Luckily, we are EV'd for this. So I am going to go for the Payback here, because if he doesn't just okay, so yeah, Payback should be really free. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Payback here. Even if he maxes, I know I can take it. I know I can take it if he maxes. If he doesn't max, then it's an issue, or at least a issue, I should say. But I do remember my calc, because I know for a fact this Mon can take the max hit. Let's see. Yeah, no. This should be doing 134 at most. Payback will be doing a fair bit to this, to be honest. You know, since he has to be Pokeball, so this should be great because this should put him guaranteed into range of my Hydra, which I'll take that. He can guarantee not kill me here either. So again, I'll 100% take that. Max Lightning is going off. Okay, so he's Thunderbolt as well. Let's see. Okay, so Payback goes off. That does a fair bit. Okay, I'll take that. We got Curse Bodied. Really does not matter that much. I can always just go for the Thunder Wave. He's definitely going to kill us here, which again, I really don't mind that in honesty. My play would always be to sack this. Okay, so Ilya fainted. Really not the end of the world. Okay, so now we just go hard into Hydreigon here. And because of the, even with the max, even if he's max HP, which he clearly is not, we do guarantee kill at this point with a Dark Pulse. I could Flash Cannon, but I'm not going to risk that. Frankly, Dark Pulse is still really free, and I do always still have Togekiss switch-ins, so there's really zero reason to risk that. I'd rather just kill the Gengar. Okay, yep, so Hydreigon 1-0, Gmax Gengar 1-1. Gengar is now gone. So glad this mod did not like trick and get a good item against me. If that Gengar got a good item against me and then got a Nasty Plot up, oh my god, that could have been bad. So we're definitely glad about that. Nasty Plot was still really scary. Like that had a lot of really good merit against my team actually. So I'm really glad that didn't come. Okay, so Surfetch came in. Perfectly fine. We're gonna get some nice hazards on this, so that'll help a lot. We get a pretty free switch into Quillfish here. Like I know that Quillfish probably isn't like the best mon for this, but it is still not a bad one. Also, I think we just win with Zard now, so that is great. Because I can max flying on this when he does inevitably sack. His counterplay to my Zard is like non-existent because Intimidate won't go off because of the hazards. So unless this thing clicks Defog right now, it should be free. And if he clicks Defog, I mean he's getting rid of webs. So, I mean that'll help, I guess. I know that Intimidate's not gonna work. It's fine. Close combat goes off. Okay, so close combat. Okay. Surfetched 1-0. Quillfish 0-1. Okay. So yeah, we are going to go right into Charizard right here. And yeah, this is where we just max flying and then max fire and then profit. We know for the fact that since Rachi changed moves, it's not going to be Scarfed. So yeah, I'm going to click max Airstream here. And this should honestly just be game once I get the max Airstream up, because Togekiss is not Boots, so it's going to guarantee die to max Lightning. He has no switch into max Flying as well, so he's letting me get the +1 speed off at this point. Surfetch dies. I'm not sure what Incineroar is going to die to, whether it's Spikes or Rocks, but whatever hazard it dies to. Oh my god, this looks so much better than it's in the Pokedex. Oh, I'm so glad I touched that up. This looks so much better than it did in the Pokedex. I was so worried, but we finally have an attractive looking Gmax Zard sprite. Okay. Charizard Gmax 1-0. Surfetched is 1-1. Okay, it's perfect. So, at this point, if Togekiss comes in, I click Max Lightning, because Max Lightning should kill. If Incineroar comes in, it dies to hazards. If Araquanid comes in, I think Araquanid also dies to hazards. If not, I mean, I just probably go for Max Fire. And then Rachi, yeah, Max Fire. Okay. So, Togekiss versus Charizard. Max Charizard. So Max Lightning would definitely be my best way to hit this. I'm going to go for the Max Lightning here. And then next turn I Max Fire no matter what, unless Incineroar's in. Actually, Incineroar can never come in. Okay, so perfect. So Charizard gets a second kill. Togekiss 0-1. Alright, so Togekiss is dead. Now we have Araquanid and Jirachi left. And both are not going to like a Max Fire at this point, so I'll take that. Honestly, I could probably just Fire Punch Jirachi raw, even if it came to it. Like, he's definitely going to go hard Araquanid next. Or maybe like Ensign. Luckily though, we have not. I think that maybe now he gets that we're physical Zard. Araquanid. So Max Flare. Yeah, I'm not gonna risk the Max Flare because he might be Berry. I'm just gonna go for Max Lightning in all honesty, because Max Lightning is stupidly free, and there's no chance in hell he brought a Rakan Araquanid. And even then, I mean, Koba, to be fair, wouldn't have taken it either, but I don't need the second speed boost. I guarantee outpace. So 3-0 for Rachi, Araquanid, 0-1. Okay, so now at this point, all it is just Jirachi left. Which again, Fire Punch should handle, and if not, I just go hard out into Hydra. So I'm guaranteed fine at this point. Yeah, so Fire Punch is gonna go off next turn. Definitely unfortunate, of course, that I couldn't just like get the Wildfire off, but I could not risk that. Kind of wish I could buy Flare Blitz, because then Flare Blitz would obviously kill, but again, couldn't really risk. So Fire Punch will go off here. Yeah, that doesn't kill. Perfectly understandable. He goes for T-Wave here. Really doesn't matter. I don't even really need to try Preserve Differential, in all honesty. There's quite literally no point in it. So I'm just going to go for a Pirate Punch again. Because... Yep, okay, so his play is always Sun Headbutt. Perfectly fine. So he need... Yeah, I would say he need the flinch. So that's a 4th kill. Jirachi 0-1. Incineroar 0-1 as well. I just have to figure out what mon killed it. And then I think it's Quillfish that's gonna get the kill. It just depends on what hazard pops first. So that was the Stealth Rocks. Yeah, it's Quillfish that gets the kill. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we won that game. We won that game 4-0. I'll take that. Hopefully my mic didn't sound too shit. If it did, I'm just gonna probably post-com over it or something. Very sorry for the mic issues this week, guys. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like down below. Check out Vivid, of course. We're at 2-2. Next week, we're going to take on Chimpact, coach of the Philadelphia Sizzlers. I don't know why I forgot Chimpact's team name for a second. I think I was thinking of Patties. Regardless, though, I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace out, guys.